There's been a lot of misleading talk, which is no surprise, I guess, about what I'm proposing in my Build Back Better agenda. It's not a short-term stimulus. It's a long-term investment in American families. My Republican colleagues.
Get 200 megabit internet and advanced phone for $69.98 per month with over 99.9% network reliability. Call 833-919-2113. That's 833-919-2113.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited, all are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Altitude International Holdings is a sports education and tech company related to high performance. And with me is the CEO, Greg Brunick, to explain more about this. So Greg, great to have you here, and very interesting company to read about. So I understand you're working with some like cutting edge technology for high performance athletes and looking for people to achieve their most physical fitness that they can. So can you explain a little bit more about Altitude International and what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just recently we just merged together. In my past, for the past 40 years, I've spent a lifetime educating and training young individuals who had aspirations to be professional athletes, as well as go on into the collegiate levels and develop their learning skills and developing their competitive competence to where they become super high achieving individuals. And some of the people we built over the years, for example, Agassi, Sampras, Courier, Sharapova, Monica Seles, Kornikova, the list goes on and on and on. We first cut our teeth in the tennis, then we went into the golf, we went into the soccer, into baseball, and into all the different sports. And my academy I have today in Sandpiper Bay, which is Club Med Academies, is what we merged into Altitude. And so Altitude in the beginning was a technology company with the Altitude technology, which is a very sophisticated training system where there are altitude chambers you can train at altitude. So when you get above 8,000 feet, things start to happen. In fact, a Nobel Prize was given for medicine to researchers for discoveries of how cells sense and adapt once you start getting up into altitude. Now, our chambers will go all the way up to 29,000 feet at, which is top of Mount Everest. And so there's a lot of progressions, there's a lot of protocols. So it's phenomenal for endurance training, and it's phenomenal for strength training. And so that's what the company was about before I got into it. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at it because I wanted to take my sports and education business, and I have one other component, my water business, which I'm sure we'll get into. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to put them into the public markets. I thought it was a low debt company. I would be able to, have treasury and have access to public markets, which seemed interesting to me. So we've accomplished it, and we're all excited about it. And bundling those companies together create a real opportunity for Altitude to business.
Mm. So was that the main reason behind the merger? Was you taking the company public?
Well, if you look in previous years, I was functioning with a lot of private money. Mm. Most of my partners were 80 to 90 years old, so some of them aren't alive and others are still there. But I was looking for a vehicle to where I could scale up my business. And, when I first started looking at it, I didn't pay that much attention to the technology that was in it. But once I got into it, it's a perfect fit because it's all about athletic development. And that's part and parcel to what we do on a regular basis. So yes, the reason was to merge my company in position so I could scale it up. I'm really at the same level I was when I was at IMG, and we scaled, and it went off to about, I was doing basically 7 digits, and then up to in operations and sports and education, and 8 digits in real estate to my customers. So this business is really, when you put it all together, is a blend of real estate. It's a blend of hospitality, the bed business, food business that we're in. It's also a blend of the sports and the education industries. And inside the education, we're a tuition company. So with a tuition company, taking it into arts and taking it into the sciences is a natural segue. And we sell our tuitions in 51,000 non-boarding and 67,000 boarding. Our students come from all over the world. We have about 40 nations that come and train and live with us 287 days out of the year. And so adding these different, when you bundle them together, you have so many different revenue silos that the opportunity for having a steam engine once everything clicks of a business is pretty exciting. So
yeah, that's very interesting. Now, it looks like you've got an impressive group of board members, managers. Can you talk about the other people that are around you that are helping?
Yeah, really cool, because over the years we've developed so much relational capital, if you will, in the sports world and in the business world. Well, we've been assembling some super high profile figures that are keenly interested in our business. In fact, a number of them are sitting on our board and on our advisory board. But Greg Anthony is former New York Knicks, very enterprising individual, enterprising before he went into the NBA as a young person paying his way through college. He was when he got out of that, he also got into the business world in a significant way. He's one of your top sportscasters. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Greg. So interesting to hear about altitude.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on the show.
SportemonGo is a full end-to-end sports ecosystem and platform for sports content, fan engagement, AR and VR experiences, gaming, NFTs, and a ton more of sports-related experiences. So with me is Ricky Jackson, co-founder, and also Corey Jackson, a co-founder of the company. So welcome. And Ricky, let's start with you. The goal of SportemonGo.
Thanks, Jay. It's good to speak to you again. Look, we're looking to revolutionise the digital sport, having one platform that takes everything from NFTs through to virtual and physical experiences at stadiums, right through to sports betting, all in a single platform that is tokenised. So a real business for sports fans and sports fan lovers that is tokenised, which is new to crypto, going direct to the sports fan.
Mm-hmm. And then, Corey, how is it to have such a big project, a business with family? Because you're father-son, right? How's that going?
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably my favorite part. Myself and Ricky have done a lot together in the past, and this is truly an equal partnership. And SGO, has a passion project in the works of both of us for such a long time. It is a great experience to work together every day and each day to bring a unique set of skills to the business. I have relocated at the moment to the US, which has enabled myself to do face-to-face with our partners, as well as continuing to, grow out our networks and make deals with sports legends themselves. Ricky is based in Australia and has been leveraging his global network of the last 30 years to make some truly great partnerships for SGO, and will continue to do so.
Yeah. Okay. I imagine the time change is a little bit complicated, but yeah. So Corey, tell me a little bit about the progress that you're making with SportemonGo. I mean, how's your roadmap? Where have you come and where are you looking to go?
Yeah, thanks, Jane. I mean, the first thing is we are a real business, real people, real commercial outcomes, and we're a fully doxed team. The business is 5 years in the making, not 8 weeks. And really it is a 30-year journey for Ricky and myself. We have big partnerships with the likes of Chainlink, casinos, sports betting partners, and now a gift card loyalty partner to go direct to the consumer. Sports superstars and SGO token power and the all-encompassing SGO sports stadium ecosystem is what we are building out at the moment, and that's something that I'm super excited for once that all does come together. It is a super exciting business that goes across all facets of sport, media, NFTs, esports, fantasy sports, virtual sports, betting, and we know how big that is in the US right now, and this is just the start of something for SGO.
Yeah, no, absolutely huge and growing very fast in the U.S.
Absolutely.
So, Ricky, tell us a little bit about the app. What can users expect with that? How can they access it?
Yeah, look, I think Corey gave a very good description just then of what the app is going to contain. I think the most important part is that many crypto projects are just that, they're projects. We have an app that's, at the maximum 6 weeks away, 4 weeks to beta. And then it will be done in a few phases to unroll, what is a massive project and a massive business. But the first stage, you're going to have all the user experiences you would expect. There's going to be loyalty rewards. You'll be able to earn SGO tokens. You'll be able to spend SGO tokens, buy, swap, sell, and a whole range of different fan experiences from AR right through to virtual skins and the like. And then the second phase will include the betting and fantasy sports and prediction gaming.
Okay, so we'd be able to access all that on the app sometime before the end of the year.
Yeah, well, the beta's in the middle of August, and first week in September we'll go live. And with 27,000 holders already, we expect there'll be some pretty good activity right from the outset. And we've also signed some big stars that by the time it launches, we'll be using them, global names, as well as a lot of, household fans will know the players.
Okay, well, I think we should do another interview right before it launches. I just, get an idea of where you are and how people can access it and all that.
We'd love to, Jane, and appreciate your support. And, we want to go to the 99%, not the 1% that follow crypto. We want to go to the sports lovers. We want to educate people about crypto, and that's 99%. And that's what we're excited about. And thank you for your help.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Corey and Ricky, and I look forward to an update in a matter of weeks, hopefully.
Beautiful.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Gaensel Energy Group is a publicly traded international diversified holding company, which has been in business since 2002. And with me is Maria Bomboy, the president of the company. To update us again, Maria, great to have you back. And I think we talked about a month ago. So can you tell me any updates over that time? How's the company doing?
Hi, Jane, and happy to be here again. Well, in Gaensel, we are very excited with the development of our businesses and future growth. In addition to reviewing growth opportunities in our existing companies, we are exploring new opportunities. In this past months, we have retained a PCAOB accounting firm who can assist in completing audited financial statements. Additionally, we have a new entry, and it is Simon Paolo Bongiardino. It's the Executive Vice President of Italian Confcommercio. In other words, it's the Italian organism that represents 700,000 companies engaged in trade, tourism, and services.
So, and I noticed you also filed your second quarter results. So can you kind of summarize what the second quarter was like for you?
Well, yes, in early July, we filed our second quarter report and financial statements with the OTC markets in the United States. Our second quarter income statements reported over $20 million of US dollars in gross revenues and net income of over $13 million US dollars. So we are pleased with the continued development of our commodity sector, our biotech sector, our information tech sector, and also our agriculture and CBD division.
Mm-hmm. And then also you mentioned, oh, go ahead, finish.
No, our coffee, no, it's very important, this one. It's our coffee brand has now expanded from Italy into Austria and counts now 49 flagship stores and franchising. And our stem cell group in Switzerland has started expansion into the United States and Canada. So yes, we are very pleased with this second quarter results and the institution of the necessary components for the co-development of our parent company.
Now, you mentioned quickly the Public Accounting Oversight Board. So what does that mean for Gaensel Energy?
Well, yes, it has been the intent since the group participation began with the Gaensel Energy in early 2020. First, our goal was to develop assets and revenue in the company. And now that this has achieved and the newly structured board of directors is structured with a PCAOB audit, the company can mature into a fully reporting U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission reporting company. Additionally, we have had a strong support provided by financial partners in Europe to potentially dual list the company on other exchanges in Europe to expand our shareholder base.
And then we also talked about the private placement memorandum at the last interview. Where does that stand? Are there any updates on that?
Thanks for asking. This month has been quite busy for the release of our $20 million US dollars of private placement. We were participants with Wall Street Reporter as sponsor at two investment and family office events in Beverly Hills, Santa Monica. Last week, we were invited and have presented at the Alternative Investing Forum in Las Vegas. And the results of these three meetings have been excellent with potential investor of our private placement. Our advisors feel that the PPM should begin receiving the funds for closing in the next 60 days.
Mm-hmm. And then we're hard to believe, but kind of headed toward the final stretch of summer here. What is ahead, would you say, for Gaensel Energy as we head into the end of the summer and for the rest of 2021?
Mm-hmm. As I had mentioned, we are engaged in final discussion with two groups which potentially could add 4 solid renewable energy projects and a United States-based company, which could combine with our flower medical, CBD, and hemp medical products, expanding into the United States and in Europe. We are comfortable that our shareholders will be pleased with our third quarter results.
Thank you so much, Maria, and I look forward to another update soon.
Thank you, Jane. Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy the benefits of the world's first patented time-release hemp-based CBD topical cream. Hourglass has achieved increased topical bioavailability of cannabinoids that slowly release our CBD over an extended period of time. Hourglass is 99% CBD, THC free, and lab tested, and verified by scanning our QR codes. Visit hourglassonlinestore.com.
Solar Integrated Roofing is an integrated single source platform for solar-based roofing installation. With me is CEO Dave Massey. So Dave, great to see you again. And every time we talk, you have some big development with the company. You made an acquisition. We're going to talk about all that today, but let's start with the audit, because I know that's something that you've been working on for a while. How is the audit of the company coming?
You know, the audit has been a long-going process. We're at the tail end of it now. The auditors are here in San Diego. They're working on it diligently. We're very confident it will be done by the end of August, worst possible case, middle of September. And then we're immediately going to apply for the QB and do the QB uplist. So exciting times here.
Okay. And then also you're in the process of hiring a new chief financial officer. Where does that stand?
You know, we're looking, we have ads out, we're poking around. We're currently working with Abe Bailey, and, you know, they actually have a lot of resources. I work with Matt Youngman. He's one of the main guys over there, and he has M&A experience, valuation experience. They have a large team that helps with the audit. So they're a nice fit now, but if we find the right CFO, we definitely will, but we're very happy with Abe Bailey.
And each time we talk, especially in 2021, you've made a major acquisition. So US Solar Network is the most recent one. So tell me about that company and how does that fit into Solar Integrated's overall plan?
Well, just recently we made two major acquisitions. We've acquired Future Home Power, which is one of the greatest pieces. The CEO there, Jason Nudi, might be one of the greatest sales people I've ever met. You know, their first month of business, they did a little over $6 million a month. And then right after that, we acquired US Solar Network. Pablo Diaz is the CEO there. He was voted the CEO of the year. And the neat thing about US Solar Network is it's a total network. It's exactly what it is. It has 77 sales teams. It has 36 install teams, puts us in 38 states. So it's going to change our entire model. We won't have to do acquisitions now. We just build out teams on these different networks. We get to claim all the revenue. So it's changed everything for us. Yeah. Great pieces.
Okay, great. I mean, it's good to see it all coming together. And you did have in June, 10 million of sales. So was that a record month? And how does that fit in for the whole year?
Well, give you an idea, all of 2021, because I got through the fiscal year thing, is we did 17 million.
Okay.
The entire year. So doing 10 million in June is great. And that's not, keep in mind, we didn't have Future Home Power and we didn't have US Solar Network fully going with us. And June is just the start of our season. Our best months are typically July, August, September, and October. So we're expecting for that 10 million number to be very consistent. And we expect it to be even greater.
Okay. Now, 2023, so it's in the future, but it'll be here before you know it. What does 22, 23 look like for you after a big growth year this year?
You know, we're very confident in 2022, our fiscal year 2022. I think we'll break the $100 million mark, which would be a little over 5 times the growth from last year. And we're very confident we can double the following year, get us to 200 million in 2023 without really buying any more companies, just growth, working our system, working our back office. And, you know, everything's on plan. It's going very well. Yeah.
Well, and you and I have talked before about how you're in such a macro great industry. I mean, there's a big push for solar. People are more accepting of it on the consumer level. I mean, what would you like to tell shareholders?
You know, another follow-up piece of that. Our solar side is growing very, very well. We're going to really start focusing now on the EV side. I mean, if you notice all the news coming out, EV and electric cars, and Mercedes-Benz is going to come out with all electric cars in 2025. So that industry really is going to have to grow, and we're going to grow with it. So we're going to really work on that. But I'd like to let the shareholders know that we're working very, very hard. We're very conscientious of them and their need for value that we're going to give them, and we're going to come through. We're going to make it happen.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dave. I mean, I've known you for a few years, so it's been interesting to watch you grow and acquire and in this industry. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you later this year.
Hey, Jane, thanks so much. My pleasure.
Thanks. Petproducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Wee Pad Inventor Company. RushNet is a traded company, but HeliosDX, through acquisition, makes up the entirety of RushNet today. So with me, the CEO, Ashley Sweat, to kind of explain all this, the history of RushNet, what is HeliosDX, and let's just start. Tell us about RushNet, Ashley, and what brought you to this day.
Sure. Thanks, Shane. Thanks for allowing me on the platform as well. So RushNet is a 21-year-old company that I don't think many people really know or understand. Even the current shareholders may not know the history of the company. But over the last 21 to 22 years, RushNet has gone through several different restructurings. They've tried to bring in and go after other businesses, of which many have failed. So recently, in March of 2021 this year, I acquired the control block of RushNet. RushNet. So I took over RushNet with plans to kind of change its history moving forward. One of the first actions that I've done is we've updated the filings of RushNet. We've got their financials updated. We've concurrent on the OTC market, and now we're starting to really put our full plan into effect. So the first action we've done here recently is we acquired HeliosDX, which I'm also the CEO of currently. So we acquired that company, brought it into RushNet effective on July 1st of this year. And so RushNet itself moving forward is kind of act as a holding company, if you will. There'll be other companies that we'll look to bring in here moving forward into the future.
Okay. So what does HeliosDX do?
Yeah, great question. So HeliosDX is a diagnostics laboratory. So we focus on urinalysis, so urine toxicology, we do behavioral toxicology, genetics, we do infectious disease, which obviously over the last 18 months has really jumped into the mainstream through COVID. And we're looking to expand our test menus as we move forward.
Okay. So what is your outlook on that industry? That seems like an area with a lot of growth and a lot of interest potentially. What's your outlook?
Yeah, great question. So, the diagnostic space in general, it's evolving. The technology is growing. Testing capabilities is growing. So, the future in diagnostic space is very, very bright. That's one of the things that we've done at HeliosDX is we really aligned ourselves with some of the top companies and manufacturers in the space. We do business with Cardinal Health, Thermo Fisher, to name a few. And we chose to align ourselves with these companies because as the space evolves, technology evolves, these are the companies that are on the cutting edge.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot coming up. So that's great. Thank you so much, Ashley, for sharing with us.
On my show, I put no barriers between myself and my viewer. I don't use jargon. I never talk QE3. I don't use scripts. I just speak into the camera, tell the story, and we're invested together.
Fox Business, invested in you.
My name is Buck, and I'm a very happy, balanced, and
So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
This is an advertisement for legal services. Important news for farm workers and others exposed to the weed killer paraquat and who were later diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or told by a doctor they might have Parkinson's disease. Studies say those exposed to paraquat sold under these brand names and others have an increased risk of developing Parkinson's disease or Parkinson's-like disease. If you or a loved one worked around the weed killer paraquat and were then diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or told by a doctor you might have Parkinson's disease since exposure, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now at the number below to see if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now if you or a loved one were exposed to paraquat and were then diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or told by a doctor you might have Parkinson's disease. Call Davis & Crump right now to see if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Boy, that looks expensive. Not my problem. Hi, George Foreman and family here. We got tired of getting sucker punched with expensive home system and appliance repair fees.
But not anymore. We have Choice Home Warranty.
Their army of technicians can fix or repair.
It's been a disaster, our plan to bring them out. What's going on with the interpreters and their families, those thousands of people that risk their lives to help our troops?
Some certainly have been brought out, but you're right, it has been an odd process and one that we should have seen a very long time coming. After all, President Biden is the third U.S. president who's promised